easy introduction to fasting and what you can eat while fasting. Start practicing prolonged fasting at least 2 months after starting intermittent fasting, or preferably after 3 months. During this time, your liver will lose weight, some of the fat and toxins will be removed from it, and it will become more efficient. It will be easier for it to cope with the stress of an unexpected and unprecedented interruption in its work. The first 50% of fat in the liver will disappear after 2 weeks of intermittent fasting. You will notice this by your slimmer cheeks and improved condition of your feet and fingernails. How to easily start fasting. The first 48 hours are the hardest. Ideally, you should start fasting with a dry fast for the first 24 to 36 hours, but this is not necessary. However, it is often easier to start fasting on a dry fast. It can be psychologically difficult. Food gives you pleasure, which your brain will expect because it is used to receiving it regularly. Then it will be effective to eat something on the first and or second day that will not interrupt the process of entering ketosis. Salted peanuts are very good, about 30 grams, and drink green tea with cinnamon, or coffee with coconut milk and cinnamon. At this time, it is better for you to consume less spices if you do decide to have a snack. And this day, when you have only one such meal, you can already consider it a fast. Your body is already in ketosis. A third of a teaspoon of turmeric will also reduce hunger and speed up the body's entry into ketosis. During these 2 days, it is better to be outside, in the sun, in the fresh air. After the first 24 to 36 hours, your testosterone levels will rise and you will feel a surge of energy. Schedule a workout during this time, preferably outdoors. If you have not been exercising at all, then light running, slowly, with breaks and stretching after running is for you. Here's what to do when you feel hungry in the first 24 to 36 hours or during a closed food window. 1. Massage your abdomen, relax standing up and gently press the front and sides of your abdomen. Inhale, pulling your abdomen in as far as possible, and hold your breath as long as you can. It is ideal to achieve 2 minutes of air retention. Repeat several times. 2. Buy sea salt or pink Himalayan salt and put a pinch on your tongue. It has minerals and electrolytes that the body needs, then drink water. 3. Drink mineral water with natural lemon, namely, sparkling water with bubbles and fresh lemon with skin and seeds. Drink more mineral water, right now your body needs minerals. 4. A pinch of turmeric, it accelerates the transition to ketosis, when the body begins to feed on its own fat. 5. A clove of garlic, green tea with ginger and cinnamon. This can solve many problems. They will provide the body with antioxidants, phytonutrients, vitamins and electrolytes. 6. Drink a cup of coffee with coconut milk and cinnamon. 7. Brew green tea with mint or lemon balm. Lemongrass tea with mint is also a great option during fasting. I usually brew these teas with other herbs and or mushrooms. The phytonutrients in herbs support the liver. In the state of ketosis, you have a lot of energy and you don't feel hungry at all, because fat provides more energy than glucose. Both the brain and the heart like it better when the body is powered by its own fat. Make it a point to go outside and feed the ants before you eat. They are the strongest creatures on the planet, give them the respect they deserve. Drink plenty of mineral sparkling water while fasting. When switching to a keto diet, the body loses a lot of fluid because glycogen, a stored form of sugar, retains water. For every gram of glucose, there are 3 grams of water. When you reduce carbohydrates, this water is released, which can lead to dehydration. It's important to replenish fluids and electrolytes. Excerpt from Section X, Common Mistakes with Water. Cold showers and massages are great for fasting. Short-term exposure to cold strengthens the immune system by increasing the production of monocytes and white blood cells that fight pathogens. It also activates the production of T helper cells, the main tools of the immune system. You can learn more about this and how to get started easily in Chapter 10, Hardening. What I list below, and in what quantities, can be consumed even during the hours when your food window is closed. What and how much to eat during short and long fasting. If your food window opens daily, do not read this section. As long as you eat every day, don't eat or drink during closed hours, if you can help it. However, if you are fasting for 2 days or more, you can eat, but it is not necessary, without interrupting ketosis. Important. During fasting, you cannot consume even a gram of sugar, honey, alcohol, or bread. You can safely eat so that you don't consume more than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. That is, you need to count the amount of carbohydrates in what you are going to eat: 50 to 70 grams of hard cheese with a cup of green tea, 1.05 to 2.4 grams of carbohydrates. 30 grams of berries, strawberries or raspberries have 5 to 7 grams of carbohydrates per 30 grams. 1 chicken egg, 0 grams of carbohydrates. Low-carb vegetables: spinach, lettuce, zucchini, broccoli, cabbage. Once a week, I recommend eating up to 100 grams of cod liver, 0 grams of carbohydrates. 1 carrot, approximately 10 grams of carbohydrates per 100 grams. Peanuts, preferably salted: 50 grams of peanuts are 8 grams of carbohydrates, but also 300 calories. What happens to the body during fasting? 12 hours, a surge in testosterone. It is an anti-aging and the main fat-burning hormone, involved in joint health and protein synthesis. 18 hours, autophagy begins, old damaged proteins and bacteria are processed. Dangerous amyloid plaques in the brain are destroyed. 24 hours, the liver's glycogen supply is depleted, the body switches to ketones, alternative fuel, autophagy continues to increase. After 36 hours, the body begins to consume its own fat and convert it into its own ketones. It starts with fat in the liver. This is the beginning of the transition to internal or endogenous nutrition. After 36 hours, the inflammatory processes, arthritis, bursitis, autoimmune conditions, are also reduced, the intestinal mucosa is restored, cognitive abilities are improved, and stem cell synthesis begins as a result of autophagy. 48 hours, active growth of stem cells, which can be transformed into the tissue the body needs. The risk of developing cancer is reduced, mitochondrial production improves, and energy levels increase. 72 hours, even stronger stimulation of stem cells, significant strengthening of the immune system. You should also know that there are several other preparatory practices for fasting, lasting several days or more. Here they are. The simplest fasting is the complete exclusion of proteins. This will already be one of the simplest forms of fasting and will give the therapeutic effect of fasting. If you eat up to 800 calories a day, this will also be considered fasting and will give the therapeutic effect of fasting.